Football Facts Presents. Top 11 footballers who played for both Roma and Lazio. Number 1. Sebastiano Siviglia. Siviglia is a footballer that, due to his high work rate, managed to move from the third division to the top and played for both Roma and Lazio. His time with Roma was very short, however, as he played just 7 games in one season. His last years of his career were spent with Lazio, where he finally established on the first team. He joined the team at the age of 31 and was regular for most seasons until 2010, where he retired at the age of 37. He even served as a captain for the team. Number 2. Roberto Mutti. Mutti started his career with Roma. He started featuring quite often by the age of 19, but he was mostly used as a substitute. He managed to win his first piece of silverware in 1991 by winning the Coppa Italia. He also featured on the UEFA Cup final against Inter. He played in both legs as a substitute, but the trophy was won by Inter. In 1993, he left Roma and spent some seasons with Cagliari and Udinese, where he basically improved significantly. In 2003 he moved to Lazio, where he stayed for 2 seasons. He was not regular for the club, but he managed to put some good performances from the bench. In any case, he never impressed except in rare occasions. Number 3. Luigi Di Biagio. Though he became worldwide known for his performances with Roma and Inter, his career started with Lazio. He never managed to break into the first team, so he moved in Monza and then Foggia. At the age of 24, he moved to Roma, where he had 4 amazing seasons, which earned him his first calls to Italy's squad. In 1999 he moved to Inter, where he had another 4 amazing seasons. He is considered as one of the best defensive midfielders of Italy. It is true that his career was revived at Roma. With Italy he played 31 times and scored 2 goals, representing his country in 2 World Cups and 1 European Championship. Number 4. Leonardo Manfredo. He started his career with Lazio in 1975 and stayed there for 10 seasons. He was capable of playing as a central defender or a midfielder due to his high technique skills. He played for more than 200 games for the club, before joining Juventus, where he won his sole championship. In 1987 he made a controversial move as he joined Roma. During his 3rd season for Roma, at a game against Lazio, which was played under freezing temperatures, he suffered a heart attack. Though he fully recovered, he never played football again. For the national team of Italy, he played 4 games. Number 5. Franco Cordova. After short spells with several clubs, he joined Roma in 1967 at the age of 23 and stayed there for more than a decade. He proved to be a good midfielder and soon became a first-team regular and even became the captain of the team. During his time at the club, he became an undisputed first-team member and managed to win the Coppa Italia in 1969. Surprisingly, he left Roma in 1976 and joined fierce rival Lazio. He stayed at the club for 3 seasons and was first-team regular in most of the games. He finally had one last season in 1979 with Avellino before retirement. He also featured for the national team in 2 occasions in 1975. Number 6. Attilio Ferrari. Ferraris was one of the best footballers in 1920s and 1930s. He started his career with Fortitudo Roma, which later merged with other clubs and formed AS Roma. His consistency on the midfield line of the team made him one of the most valuable players of Roma and Italy. He had formed a great partnership with Fulvio Bernardini, creating one of the best midfield lines in Italy. In 1934 he joined Lazio on a surprising move. He stayed 2 seasons on the club, being regular as well. After 2 seasons with Bari, he joined Roma again, where he stayed for 1 season. He died at just the age of 43 while playing for an Old Stars game. With the Italian national team, he featured in the World Cup of 1934 where Italy won its first trophy. Number 7. Fulvio Bernardini. Bernardini started his career with Lazio where he became an all-around midfielder. He left in 1926 at the age of 22 and joined Inter where he stayed for 2 seasons. He then moved to Roma where he played on the midfield line with Attilio Ferrari, creating a very strong midfield line. He went on to become a club legend as he stayed there for 11 seasons. He later moved into management, coaching both Roma and Lazio. He also played for the national team of Italy, contributing 26 appearances and scored 3 times. He was part of the team that won the bronze medal in the Olympic Games that took place in 1928 in Amsterdam. Number 8. Angelo Poretti. He is probably remembered as goalkeeper of Juventus and Lazio, but Poretti started his career with Roma. He didn't play much for the club due to the fact that Civina was the regular keeper of the club and because he was failed a doping control while being on loan at Verona. He was signed by Juventus in 1991 and by his second season became the first choice. He remained in Turin until 1999, winning 3 Italian championships, 1 cup, 1 UEFA Cup and 1 Champions League. After Juventus, he signed for Inter, and after 1 season he joined Lazio where he spent the rest of his career. With Lazio, he had very successful seasons and managed to add 1 more Italian Cup on his collection. He retired from football in 2007 at the age of 37. His last silverware was the World Cup with Italy in 2006 as he was the backup of Gianluigi Buffon. Number 9. Arne Selmason. Selmason was a Swedish forward, who joined Lazio from Udinese in 1955. Though he was not the big and strong striker, he was always a very important first-team member. During his time at the club, he managed to win 1 Coppa Italia. In 1958 he joined fierce rival Roma, where he stayed for 3 years. He is the only footballer who scored for both sides at the Derby of Rome. He later returned to Udinese where he basically ended his professional career. With the national team of Sweden he played just 4 games and scored 1 goal. He was part of the team that finished as runner-up at the World Cup of 1958. Number 10. Diego Fusa. After spells with Torino, Fiorentina and AC Milan where he won both the Italian top division and the European Cup, he joined Lazio in 1992 where he stayed for 6 seasons, establishing himself on the right wing of attack. This spell was the best of his career and he became one of the most favorite players of Lazio. During his time with the club, he managed to win the Coppa Italia in 1998 and was also runner-up of the UEFA Cup. 1 year later he managed to win the UEFA Cup and the Italian Cup with Parma, playing with a very talented squad. In 2001 he joined Roma but his spell was not very successful. During his 2 seasons with the club, he made 15 league appearances and scored 2 goals. He played 25 times for Italy and scored 3 goals, representing his nation in the European Championship of 1996. Most of his appearances for the national team took place during his time with Lazio. Number 11. Sinisa Mihailovic. After very successful time with Vojvodina and Red Star, where he won 3 Yugoslav championships and 1 European Cup, he made a big move to Roma in 1992. Though his time at the club was not bad, he never managed to establish. He later revealed that the 2 seasons he stayed with the club had been the worst of his career. The truth is that Roma had not successful seasons in general during that time. In 1994 he moved to Sampdoria, where he had the chance to play more European football. He stayed 4 seasons at the club, and made very good performances. In 1998 he moved to Lazio and unlike his time at Roma, he managed to establish very well on the team. He stayed in Lazio for 6 years and managed to win almost everything possible. He won the Cup Winners' Cup, the Italian Championship and the Italian Cup twice. He will also be remembered for a hat-trick with all 3 goals coming from direct free kicks. Do you agree with the footballers that we have chosen, or we should make some changes? Comment below. Thanks for watching.